여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon So-hwa and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news and the latest in the world of K-musicals. And with that, let's dive in. Joining us on today's show is my co-host Walter Lee. Walter, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Soa, and hello to everyone joining us on K-Culture Dive today. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa and bring you the latest in K-entertainment stories.
It is a happy Friday, especially because the 2026 FIFA World Cup has officially kicked off and Team South Korea has won their first game 2-1 against the Czech Republic, right, Walter? And we were watching the game just some minutes or an hour ago.
Yeah, just less than an hour ago. And, you know, I think it's a great start for Korea. And knock on wood, I think they have a good chance of leaving the group stage.
Ooh, okay. And our first K-Enter story is actually also linked to the World Cup because a K-pop Demon Hunters superstar helped out in opening the tournament.
Indeed, they did. It was a great performance indeed. The Korean-American EJAE, best known for being a singer-songwriter for K-pop Demon Hunters, the movie, took the stage at the opening ceremony of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, early Friday morning Korea time, EJAE performed the tournament's official theme song called DNA, alongside world-renowned tenor Andrea Bocelli during a special pre-match show held on Thursday local time at the Mexico City Stadium ahead of the opening match between Mexico and South Africa. Now, one of the most notable aspects of DNA is the inclusion of the Korean lyric 또 넘어져도 돼, 또 다시 일어나. Or, it's okay to fall again, just get back up once more. Introducing the emotion of the Korean language. The performance is being viewed as another sign of growing global influence of K-pop and Korean musicians, demonstrating how their impact now goes beyond music and entertainment and now is on the world's biggest sporting event stage.
Wow, I love the Korean lyrics there. 또 넘어져도 돼, 또 다시 일어나, because I literally fell this morning, but I did 일어나, get up again to host the show. But really, everyone falls someday in life, whether it be physically or emotionally. So that's a great part of this opening of the tournament. And now let's talk about a girl group, aespa, and they are continuing to dominate the global stage.
Yes. If you've been watching the shows recently, we've been keeping a close look on aespa, and aespa had added another milestone to its already impressive career with its second full-length album, Lemonade, officially surpassing 1.03 million copies in cumulative sales, according to SM Entertainment and Circle chart data released on June 11th. Now, the achievement marks aespa's 8th million-selling album since their debut. The album also debuted at number 9 on the US Billboard 200, becoming aespa's 3rd album to break into the chart's top 10. Meanwhile, the album's title track, Lemonade, made history by entering the UK official singles chart, top 100 at 95, earning aespa its first ever appearance on that prestigious chart. Now, the group is now preparing to take that momentum on the road with its upcoming world tour, Sing Complexity, which kicks off this August with concerts starting in Seoul.
Great achievements. And next we have news about a boy group that is seeing global success as well. Who are we talking about?
It's great that we're seeing a lot of global success groups these days, but boy group Treasure's 4th mini album, New Wave, topped the album chart for week 23 according to Circle Chart, operated by the Korea Music Content Association. Now, the album sold just over 1 million copies during the tracking period, including the special album named the Nemo album version. Now, with this achievement, Treasure has claimed the top spot on 4 major album charts across Korea and Japan, including Hanto Chart, Circle Chart, Japan's Oricon Weekly Album Chart, and Billboard Japan's Weekly Chart. Consistent demand has been also recorded in major global music markets such as China, the US, and Europe. For example, New Wave reached number 1 on iTunes album charts in 13 regions globally. Now, the music video for If I has also been showing its popularity as it topped YouTube's most viewed videos in 24 hours chart and is currently on pace to become the fastest Treasure music video to reach 100 million views. Treasure will also continue its promotional activities through music shows, beginning with Mnet's M Countdown, NBC shows Music Core, and SBS's Ingigayo.
All right, thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
All right, and now we move to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The Culture Ministry will host a meeting this afternoon to discuss key challenges and policy priorities for South Korea's animation industry. Participants, including animation producers, directors, AI studio executives, and industry and academic experts, will explore ways to respond to the rapid growth of streaming platforms and advances in EJAE technology. Discussions will also focus on fostering creative talent, boosting global competitiveness, and establishing a performance-based support framework for the animation industry. Culture Minister Choi Hyung, stressing that animation is a key driver of the global expansion of K-content intellectual property, pledged to craft policies that deliver tangible results. A sharp increase in foreign visitors to Busan is boosting local spending and generating wider economic benefits. According to the Busan Development Institute, the number of foreign tourists doubled from 1.82 million in 2023 to a record 3.64 million in 2025. Over the same period, estimated foreign credit card spending also doubled, rising from over 347 billion won, or around $228 million to roughly 780 billion won, or over $513 million. Last year, foreign arrivals increased by 24%, while card spending jumped about 42%, indicating that growing tourism is translating into stronger local consumption. Retail accounted for the largest share of spending at 36%, followed by dining, accommodation, beauty services, and leisure and cultural activities. The Seoul International Book Fair is drawing feverish interest even before its opening. Competition for tickets to this year's event, scheduled for June 24 to 28 at Seoul's COEX, has been compared to that of major K-pop concerts, with tens of thousands of people attempting to book tickets at the same time. Early bird tickets, which went on sale on Monday, have sold out repeatedly, while all 5-day passes have already been snapped up. Demand from publishers has also been high, with many unable to secure exhibition booths. This year's fair will bring together more than 530 publishers and related organizations from 18 countries. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
An artist who first picked up a paintbrush at the age of 85 is now holding her first solo exhibition. Through her paintings, she offers a powerful reminder that it is never too late to begin something new. Our Kim Seo-young has the story.
These vibrant works, capturing the natural beauty of Jeju, were painted by 87-year-old artist Cha Ki-chun. Her canvases are filled with the landscape of the island, the sea, wildflowers, and the mountains. Having spent her whole life in rhythm with nature, she seems to have a connection with the land through every brushstroke.
When I paint, I feel as if I'm in the painting. I keep thinking about how nature grows, the trees, the stones, and the life within them.
She spent most of her life farming. It was only 2 years ago that she began to paint, encouraged by her family. At first, she had to learn everything from scratch, even how to hold a pencil. But painting has since become one of the most precious gifts of her life. She says she even paints in her dreams. The hands that once worked the soil for decades are now creating scenes full of the color of nature. Artist Yu Chang-hoon, who has watched Ja's journey up close, says her paintings show her dedication.
I admire her spirit, the way she is always willing to try something new. That is what has shaped her into the artist she is today.
Ja says she wants to keep painting for the rest of her life.
I hope more young people will paint. I think it can make their lives more joyful.
For Cha Ki-chun, painting is not just a late start. It is proof that a dream can take root at any age and still bloom beautifully. Kim Seo-young, Arirang News.
Korea's nights are anything but quiet. It's a culture built around food, drinks, and long social evenings that often end with one more round over dinner. But if you drove there and had a drink, what then? In Korea, even after drinking, there's a simple solution. Someone comes, gets behind the wheel of your car, and drives you home safely. It's not self-driving tech. It's something older and far more human. It's called designated driving. Open an app, enter your destination, and a driver is on the way to take over your car. The service isn't unique to Korea, but few countries have integrated it so deeply into daily life. Then why has it taken such a strong root in Korea in particular? The answer lies in Korean society itself. Nightlife built around work dinners and a unique drinking culture. A hyper-connected digital infrastructure that spans the entire country. Dense cities that make rapid dispatch possible. And prices that are reasonable enough to keep it accessible. Together, these forces have turned designated driving into a seamless, highly efficient system, widely used across the country. That's part of what keeps Korea's nights both lively and safe. Designated drivers weaving through the city after dark, every single night, turning a night out into a safe ride home.
Classical music legends like Beethoven and Paganini are returning to the stage through Korean original musicals. Rather than being portrayed as distant figures from history books, they are being reimagined as artists struggling with passion, ambition, and personal conflict. Now, today, we'll explore how these iconic musicians are brought back to life on stage with culture critic Professor Ji Hye-won at Kyunghee University. Welcome back, Professor Ji.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, good afternoon.
All right, so it looks like there are more and more Korean musicals or Korean original musicals that are based on famous musicians and composers from the past. So first off, what are some notable examples?
Right, there are several Korean original musicals created based on the famous musicians or composers. The musical Rahmaninov it deals with the true story of Russian pianist Rachmaninoff. And while the Salieri is a work depicting the life of Antonio Salieri, a composer who suffered from jealousy and inferiority complex toward the genius Mozart. So there is also Anna Tchaikovsky, which is based on the life of Russian's representative composer Tchaikovsky, and the musical Paganini, as you just mentioned, which covers the life of the violinist and composer Niccolò Paganini. There are also two different musicals about the greatest master, Ludwig van Beethoven. The smaller production, Ludwig, Beethoven, the piano, and the EMK musical company's Beethoven.
Okay.
Which is just opened.
So let's talk about Beethoven and the details of it. So the production has attracted considerable attention, especially because of the main roles, and they are played by Park Hyo-shin and also Hong Kwang-ho. And so they are sharing the title role, which we usually see a lot in musicals. But what different qualities or interpretations can we expect from these two?
Right, the Park Hyo-shin and Hong Kwang-ho are both outstanding musical stars, musical actors whose talent is actually indistinguishable. So as Park Hyo-shin played Beethoven in the original production, so he is expected to bring a deep understanding of the character and sensibility to this returning production. So, and furthermore, as a top musical star, Hong Kwang-ho is anticipated to showcase a solid and stable acting along with an immersive performance that will definitely overwhelm the audience members. So in particular, it is said that Hong Kwang-ho put tremendous effort into the Beethoven's piano playing on stage. So I think it will be an added pleasure for sure.
Okay.
I think a large majority around the world would know at least one Beethoven composition. I mean, he's so well known. But how are they interpreted in the musical, and what can audiences look forward to, do you think?
Yeah, that's right. In this musical, Beethoven's a lot of the familiar songs or familiar numbers, so the audience member can enjoy the different feeling from that. So the Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, Fate, is used as a theme of the fate that runs through the entire work. And additionally, Piano Sonata No. 14, Moonlight, Symphony No. 7, Allegretto, and Symphony No. 9, Choral at the depths of the narrative and intimately convey the Beethoven's life. Furthermore, in this newly enhanced production, the Piano Concerto No. 5 and No. 3 have been added, expanding the musical spectrum. So one of the charm of this work is that audience can discover the joy of the familiar melodies, penetrating Beethoven's life and being reinterpreted within it.
And there's another work we want to look into a little bit more detail, Paganini. And that one opens on June 20th. And I'm actually going to watch it on the opening day because one of the actors, Lee Jun-hyuk, who plays Colin Bonheur, he's actually my musical and actor teacher. So shout out to him. Yes. So Paganini is also very famous for being known as the devil's violinist. So could you tell us more about this work and what's unique about it?
Right. The musical Paganini is a Korean original musical that deals with the musical passion of Niccolò Paganini, the genius violinist who swept across Europe in the 19th century. And this musical actually deals with the Inquisition that took place after his death. So this work tells the story of the Paganini's son, Achille, as he endures a 36-year religious trial to prove that his father wasn't just an ordinary human being and a pure artist, not a devil. So what makes this production special is that the use of actor-musicians on stage, allowing audiences to hear the actors perform on stage live on stage. In particular, the actors playing Paganini completely overwhelm the audiences by performing violin solo on stage for several minutes, including his signature piece, La Campanella.
So looking forward to that, especially because I actually used to play the violin.
You
so,
did?
Yeah, so that's why I really like to go to not only to concerts of violinists, but especially with that musical together combined. Looking forward to that even more.
It's gonna be your first time to see this show, or
yes,
is it?
the first time.
Excited?
Yes, I watched the movie Paganini before, I think, but not the musical.
Okay.
Professor, you would know that there is a very big difference between film and TV acting and as well as musical acting. So do you know whether the actors were either trained musicians before, or did they have to learn to play for the role? And I hear more and more musicals have actors perform instruments on stage themselves.
Right.
Like a lot of actors, even on film though, they even practice guitar or whatever it may be. What's behind this trend, do you think?
Right. In the case of the musical Paganini, there is a mixed cases where the actors who were originally professional musicians ventured into the actings, and the cases where singers or musical stars, musical actors participated playing the violin, especially for this production. So for example, professional violinist Kon and Hong Seok-ki participated in this production as actors, and while former idol Hong Ju-chan learned the violin just for this production, this character. So the actor-musician has taken the stage in the licensed productions as well, including Once and Midnight. So personally, the first musical featuring actor-musicians that I saw was the 2005 Broadway revival production of Sweeney Todd. So the director John Doyle actually introduced the actor-musician format in Stephen Sondheim's The Sweeney Todd, and the following year in Company, so which gained immersed popularity at the end. Which is leading an immersed increases in works adapting this approach, including here in Korea, actually. Yeah.
I think it's really not easy to,
Not easy
learn
at all.
an instrument. And I mean, it might even be easier to, I'm not going to say easier, but you might also have a very great instrument player who would rather start learning acting, like vice versa. I mean, that's how difficult it is to really get perfect in playing an instrument.
And adding to that,
Yeah.
there is a difference in performance when you can tell someone can't play the instrument as well. If you're if you're a violinist, for instance, and you watch someone falsely play the violin, it kind of it takes you out of the scene.
Right.
So it's really helpful to learn. Now, we're talking about some of the most famous musical figures in history, of course, like Beethoven. But the musicals don't simply retell the lives of, for instance, Beethoven. What new perspectives or reinterpretations are the Korean creators adding?
Right, both Beethoven and Paganini broke broke away from the documentary style structure of simply listing the figures' chronologies. So they centering on the clear themes of love and salvation for Beethoven and the Inquisition and honor for Paganini. So they dramatically adapted and reinterpreted the lives of these individuals, going beyond their roles as just musicians. So furthermore, both work demonstrate a distinct charm while being very similar in that they utilize the family, younger brother or son, so standing by the main character as the core driving force of the narrative, and create the fictional characters as well, and in conflict with the Beethovens or the Paganini to unleash the dramatic tension.
Now, Professor Z, K-pop these days is very accessible. We hear it every day around the world.
Right.
But in the case of classical music, it's often viewed as a little difficult or a little
unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar or not that approachable, such as compared to K-pop, for instance.
Right.
So it seems like these productions that we just talked about, they try to introduce it to a wider audience in many ways. So for viewers who might not be very familiar with classical music, would there be any tips on how to make these experiences more enjoyable?
Right, for audience members little familiar or unfamiliar with the classical music, it would be beneficial to enjoy how familiar melodies, at least a little bit, a very short part, the heard in everyday life transformed into the modern musical numbers during the performance. In the audiences, if the audience is engaged with the on-stage performance alongside with the actors' desperate dialogue and emotions, and understand the music within the context of the characters' lives during the performance, I believe they can naturally immerse themselves in the charm of classical music.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Z, for your insights as always, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Walter, as always. Have a great weekend, and we're going to see you back here next week.
See you next week.
Thanks for watching and for your interest in everything K-Culture. K-Culture Dive will be back on Monday, 2 p.m. Korea time. Have a culture-filled weekend and keep diving.